Hey guys, it's Darthlord1997 here again, and I'm coming to you guys with a different kind of video. Instead of doing a Godzilla toy review or a Lego Godzilla review, this time we're going to be reviewing a book. Yep, we are going to be reviewing Michael Crichton's The Lost World, sequel to Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park, the book that inspired the film that started the film franchise that we all know and love today. Now don't worry, this is not the end of my Godzilla videos, it's just, my YouTube name is Darthlord1997. It's not like Kaiju Lord 1997 or Kaiju Boy or anything like that. I want my channel to be diverse, not strictly one subject. So, don't worry, we'll see Godzilla videos again. But for now, I just want to take a small break from that and look at something different. Now, this is my very first book review, so I may do some incorrect things or may not cover everything perfectly. But, you should know this is my first book review, and I may stutter. So, if I stutter, I apologize if it gets annoying. So, Now, there's also nothing visually appealing here to see. This whole background that you're looking at is going to be the background for the entire video. So you can just open another tab and go on some other website and just listen to this, because there's nothing really here to see. Now, I will say there's a small spoiler warning here for both Jurassic Park and Lost World novels. However, I'm not going to spoil everything. Anyways, let's start with the story. 6 years after the Isla Nublar incident, any info on the event is now classified. Engine is shut down, and anyone, including the survivors, are ordered to say it never happened. Ian Malcolm, who apparently was a survivor of this after all, read the first book to know what I'm talking about, is teaching at a university about extinction, specifically dinosaur extinction. He is interrupted by a man in the audience, Richard Levine. He believes maybe not all dinosaurs went extinct. His base of evidence are reports of strange lizard-like creatures popping up in Costa Rica. These events are actually a continuation of the cliffhanger ending of the first novel, where strange lizard-like creatures are popping up in places, and they're eating foods rich in lysine. Now, since this is related to Jurassic Park, Malcolm has to deny it. However, Levine is persistent and convinces Malcolm to help him if he finds solid proof of these creatures. Levine goes to Costa Rica and finds one of these creatures, dead. He collects a skin sample, however, before he can study it further, men come in and incinerate the carcass. Levine also figures these creatures have to be originating from somewhere, maybe an island. After some further research and sending that skin sample to Malcolm, Levine goes to this island with a guide named Diego. After walking around for a little while, Diego gets eaten and Levine runs, now stranded on this island. Meanwhile, that sample of skin reaches Malcolm, and he eventually finds out that Levine is stranded on this island, so Malcolm gets a small team together, Doc Thorne and Eddie Carr, who work on vehicles to make them withstand harsher environments, to this island to rescue him. However, they don't know that two kids, Kelly and Arby, who are students that are working with Levine for a school project, have stowed away. Meanwhile, Lewis Dodson, in case you don't remember Dodson, he's the head of InGen's rival company, Biosyn. Okay, you still don't remember him? Okay. He's the guy that gave Dennis Nedry that can of shaving cream to steal the embryos from the first movie. Dodson, we got Dodson here. Well, if you still don't remember him, too bad. We're moving on. Anyway, Dodson has discovered this island as well, and he wants to go to this island to steal dinosaur eggs and perform experiments on the hatchlings, since people these days have uproars if you experiment on animals like tigers or mice. Dodson puts a small team together, King and Basilton, to go there. Meanwhile, Malcolm's team finds Levine and they pull him out of a deadly situation with a T-Rex nest, and find out that Levi doesn't want to leave yet. He wants to stay for a little longer and study these dinosaurs. They all agree to stay a little longer just to study them, because what scientist wouldn't pass up the opportunity to study living, breathing dinosaurs? They also learn that this island, known as Isle Sorna, was known to InGen as Site B, where the dinosaurs were hatched and raised before being taken to the park. Malcolm also messages his friend, Sarah Harding, to join them. She rides with Dotson's team, unaware of their intentions, on a boat to the island. However, near the shore, Lewis Dodson pushes her off the boat in an attempt to drown her, but she washes up on the island and meets with Malcolm's team. I won't spoil anything else from there on out, but this book is definitely worth your time. A lot of action-filled things happen with the raptors and the T-Rex, and some other dinosaurs that didn't make it in the film, which I'll get to later. Now, as you can probably tell from that plot summary alone, comparing this book with its movie counterpart is like comparing apples and oranges. There's no T-Rex in San Diego, there's no Peter Ludlow, because Lewis Dodson's the villain here. Malcolm and Sarah aren't in a relationship, they're just friends. Kelly's not Malcolm's daughter. And there's no Vince Vaughn. I know, pretty unfortunate. However, there is one difference that I think should be brought up here. Again, I won't spoil too much, but Thorn finds a shed in the Site B village to get some supplies. However, while he's in the shed, he hears strange breathing noises, but doesn't see any dinosaurs outside. However, a little longer they find out carnivores are outside the shed waiting for Thorn to come out and eat them. But, as I mentioned earlier, they can't see them. Well, Michael Crichton actually gave us a very interesting interpretation of carnivores. These carnivores can camouflage seamlessly, almost turning invisible. It's a very interesting thing, actually. It's a pretty suspense-filled scene in the book. I really wish they'd bring carnivores in the movies. Now, I know the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World can camouflage, but it only did it once in a pretty forgettable way. But if they bring carnivores into the movies, it's definitely something they should consider. Overall, I think this is a great book. I definitely think this book is better than the movie. Could it use some improvement? Yeah, not everything about it is perfect. But anyways, it's definitely a fun-filled book. Now, it does start a little slow, but as the book goes on, it picks up. And then once you get to maybe halfway through, it's going to be hard to put that book down. Trust me, it's amazing. Definitely worth your time. Now, you can find this online and purchase it, but if you don't want to purchase it, you can find it at a library. I'm pretty sure just about every library has this. But if you love dinosaurs and love the Jurassic Park franchise as I do, I say definitely read this book. Now, you don't have to read the first book, but it definitely helps to read the first book before this one. Anyways, my overall recommendation is that this is a great thumbs up book. I think you guys should definitely read it. Bye.